Hello everyone, if you're new here, I'm Brittni and welcome to my channel where we talk about horror movies, everything we like and don't like about them. You know I love to make comparison videos, but today is going to be a little bit different. I had recently been recommended two different, slightly older movies that I had never seen before. The first movie that I want to get into is Phantasm 1979, suggested to me by at 305 Buckeye on Twitter. And the second one is Pet Sematary 2 1992, which had been suggested to me by at DCMO 247. So let's get into Phantasm, directed by Don Coscarelli. This movie is a science fantasy horror movie. I've heard of this movie mentioned before throughout my childhood, but I never had actually taken the chance to go in and watch it myself. Also, I'm not sure why, but I used to get this movie confused, well, specifically the movie cover, confused with Wishmaster, which is another movie that I haven't seen yet, so I'm definitely slacking. When I first started this film, I was feeling like, I'm probably not really gonna get that into it. But quickly within the first scene, I actually felt frightened and I didn't want to miss a second. The opening scene when the tall man played by Angus Scrimm has shapeshifted into like a sexy blonde woman, that part really spooked me out. I was definitely not expecting anything like that to happen. But after looking into Angus Scrimm, I came to the realization that he was in a bunch of horror movies, including Wishmaster, which might be the reason why I got these two confused. Seeing the brothers' relationship in this movie really made me feel sympathetic towards the younger brother, Mike, played by A. Michael Baldwin. Even though he's the youngest, he still tries to keep an eye on his older brother, Jody, played by Bill Thornburg. This relationship kind of reminded me of my relationship with my own little sister. My favorite part was when Mike gets into the mausoleum and he sees a caretaker being impaled by the silver death sphere. The thing is so cool and it totally drained his blood out in a really dramatic way, and I really appreciated this because it's so different from all the movies that I have gotten a chance to see. And then right after that, Mike runs into the tall man and they go on this chase throughout the mausoleum until Mike finds this room and he slams the door on the tall man's hand and his fingers come off, and it's super freaky because his blood isn't normal, of course. It's actually yellow, and the screams that he was making was really creepy and disturbing. The whole movie had this way of showing really hypnotically slow shots with the perfect music attached. So Fred Myrow and Malcolm Seagrave created the music for this movie, and they did a fantastic job. That was a dad joke I wanted to do. Also, that ending gave me a second of relief. Everything was going to be okay, and then boom, I was hit with a really good scare and surprised again. A lot of you on Twitter said that I should check out the sequel, so that one is definitely next to come. Now on to Pet Sematary 2, directed by Mary Lambert, who has also worked on a number of horror pieces. This one stars Edward Furlong, Anthony Edward, Clancy Brown, and Jared Rishton. Honestly, I never knew that Edward Furlong had been acting for such a long time, since he was that young. I remember first seeing him in American History X growing up, and I always admired his acting. I even had a weird crush on him as a kid. By the way, he looks so cool in this movie. You can really feel like the grungy vibe with the way everyone has been styled and just the overall filming. So this is a sequel to the first Pet Sematary, which is an all-time favorite of mine. I typically watch this one every once in a while with my family because we really just love it that much. After I did a little bit of research, I came to find out that this movie had actually had really bad ratings, but a lot of props had been given to Clancy Brown for his performance, and I see why he was praised so much because he really did put his all into being this monstrous character. Also, Edward Furlong's performance was exceptional to me, especially in the opening scene when he had to watch his mother's tragic death. Now, I had some issues with that death scene, but really none with the acting whatsoever. I just always feel a little bit iffy about electrocution scenes when the person isn't literally blown away, but you know, it was still good. The new friendship between Edward Furlong's and Jason McGuire's characters really pulls at your heartstrings because it's really tough to watch kids being bullied in school and even at home. Two scenes really stuck out to me in this film, which were the potato truck collision causing the death of the basically half-dead sheriff's wife and his son, and then the literally mind-blowing death of the half-dead bully Clyde Parker, who had an electric cable driven into his mouth. If you know me, then you probably know that I don't pay too much attention to movie ratings, especially when it comes to the horror genre, because a lot of my personal favorites have really bad ratings. Overall, I'm so grateful that these two were suggested to me when they were, because this gave me the chance to fully appreciate them as the work of art that they both are. Please watch these if you're late on them like me. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments down below. I love reading them, and I always try my best to respond. Give this a like if you enjoy these types of review videos. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Also follow me on Twitter at @Brittni. That is actually my handle for all social media platforms. Love you. Bye.